Hi, and welcome back to Taste Panel for Chili Nerds. Guys, hey, episode 270 happening today. Just so happened that there was a song playing on the radio, one of those music for your life type stations, old stuff, song called Working for the Yankee Dollar. I don't know how many of you remember that song. My parents used to listen to that 1940s style music, and growing up I caught a lot of those songs, so I was familiar with the song. A lot of people probably under the age of 60 are probably not so familiar with that. But anyway, Working for the Yankee Dollar drilled something else into my mind today, made me remember that we have one more sauce in our dollar store lineup. Had this guy for a little while, didn't get around to it, but guys, that kills two birds with one stone. Hey, first of all, we're going to end our trio of dollar store sauces. Second off, guys, I have not done a cayenne sauce in a long time. Well, that may not be the most thrilling pepper on earth. There are plenty of cayenne sauces out there to choose from, so I figure, hey, why should we ignore any peppers here on the panel, and we might just have a flavor-based show today. Might not be a whole lot of fire going on, but hey, you never know. The other two dollar store sauces that we had were actually pretty cool, so let's finish it off. I saved the lightweight guy for last. This is the Cajun Fire lineup. This one here just says cayenne hot sauce. These guys, I believe, Dollar Tree store brand. Not sure who manufactures the actual sauce, but we can check that out. I'm sure, again, this sauce is bottled under other names. Some of these generic type sauces here are characters of many faces. The dollar store may be the cheapest way you're going to be able to find it, especially in such a large quantity. So hey, a good opportunity to get a hold of this particular cayenne sauce, which I'm sure again goes under other names as well. So all right, hey, has a little heat scale here. Obviously says mild. We had the jalapeno version from this company, as well as the habanero version. This here is really short on any kind of ingredients. Just has some flaming cayennes going on there. Says Louisiana hot peppers, which I'm assuming, again, hey, cayenne. It seems to be the only pepper in here as well. Distilled vinegar, salt, and xanthan gum. Keeping things really simple, like your basic Louisiana style hot sauce. This guy here has the thin body, as you can see, looking like very much like a Louisiana hot sauce. However, color is kind of deep and rich red color, verging on a burgundy, which is kind of cool. A little deeper, a little darker, maybe a little more mystery involved with the dollar store cayenne sauce. I don't know. It says here, distributed by Greenbrier International out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Again, it says distributed. Doesn't really have a sauce maker on this. Not sure who's actually producing this guy. But anyway, hey, what we're going to do here, I'm going to unscrew the top here. Obviously, we're going to have a little bit of a plug here for your safety protection. So we're going to pull that guy off and get a whiff of this. All right. Yeah, kind of salty, kind of vinegary, kind of cayenne smelling. Actually smells like a half decent Louisiana style hot sauce. It has a peppery aroma with salt and vinegar. A little bit of a, I have to admit though, it has a little bit of a sweet quality coming off of it too. There's a definite sweetness that may be lacking in other brands coming through on here. I don't remember seeing anything sugar related, but definitely kind of a sweet note going on in the back. So hey, at the risk of spilling this thin guy everywhere, we're gonna dump some on the spoon. All right, again, not a whole lot of anything going on here. Just straight red, watery liquid. So Louisiana that, hey, it looks good. So hey, here we go. Cajun Fire Cayenne hot sauce. Okay, up front, kind of has a nice, sharp, vinegary tang to really get the mouth going. That is complemented by some really nice balanced saltiness as well. Not crazy on the salt, not crazy on the vinegar, but both of those really up there in the profile. Both of them are balanced. A little sharp on the vinegar, as you might expect from a Louisiana style hot sauce. Chilies, kind of regular, kind of that cayenne flavor, actually hanging in there as well. Perhaps a tiny, minute smoky character going on. However, that sweetness I was talking about is coming through as well. I'm not quite sure what's accounting for that, as cayenne peppers I usually do not equate with any sort of real sweetness coming through, but this one here, definitely that is going on in the mouth. So again, real simple stuff going on. We're tasting the peppers, we're tasting the salt, and we're tasting the vinegar, and perhaps a little bit of added sweetness going on there as well. Not to say candy-ish or cloying in any respect, but just kind of hanging in the mouth, actually adding a little bit of pleasantry to the flavor. Took some out of there. You can see, guys, really thin and runny. Hey, you get your bang for your buck here. You can't complain. If you're a Louisiana hot sauce fan, this is sure to please. Plus, you get a whole lot going on with this bottle. Wow, pretty cool. 17 fluid ounces in a plastic bottle. No stranger to the plastic bottle here on the panel, as man, we've been really delving into some Mexican stuff lately. Hey, and a lot of that Mexican stuff, also the Mexicans seem to have discovered plastic bottles as well. So there you have it. Heat wise, not a whole lot going on. Got a slight glow in the back of the throat area, kind of back of the roof of the mouth area going on there as I'm talking, kind of getting a small glow, I guess, to let you know that you had what they say is a hot sauce. But hey, they're telling you it's mild, so the company's telling you no lies. Definitely mild, kind of rich on flavor if you're into this type of thing, if you're into the basic cayenne style sauce, the peppers, the vinegar, and salt. Hey, and this one again, added benefit of some really nice, vibrant color going on. So hey, Cajun Fire Cayenne hot sauce, not so bad to drop your buck on. So if you're in the Dollar Tree area, you might want to stop in, and for $3 you can get 3 17-ounce bottles, habanero, jalapeno, and cayenne. Name your flavor. So all right, guys. Again, not so much to go off on here. Nothing growing, nothing building. Vinegar, salt, and it's almost like a sweet pepper flavor going on. And hey, there you have it. Cajun Fire. Light your fire with the cayenne hot sauce. All right, guys. Anyway, I have these Louisiana flavors going on in my mouth. Hey, interesting aside here. Little bit of a personal story today. I think we had a little bit of one last show too. So hey, this will be 2 in a row. Then hey, maybe we'll be back on track about talking about some real biblical stuff. But anyway, just wanted to say I was really amazed at some responses I got from some of my watchers. Okay, some of the people who are viewing the show. They wrote in, trying to help me and guide me back on the path. Guys, I've been talking a lot about this music project I was working on. Kind of held me up from doing the show for a little while. Time-consuming process. I've already said writing songs. Again, guys, back in the day, okay, I used to make a lot more music. Don't do as much these days anymore. But back in the 90s, no secret, guys. Said it on a couple shows already. Throughout the years, I was part of the black metal, gothic underground. All that stuff happening back in the 90s, tape trading, all kinds of stuff. Actually, if you were a musician, pretty wild times for a young musician to be involved with. Lots of crazy stuff going on within. Outgrown all that stuff. But anyway, fortune has it, I guess, or my destiny maybe has it, that contacted by an old friend, guy we were inseparable in the 90s, fell into times of not seeing each other here and there, and this year and that year went by, and turned out I haven't had contact with the guy, the fellow songwriter in this project, since 2005. Again, we were best friends back in the day. Really interesting. Sometimes hearing from people from your past you don't get so much to talk to anymore. Sometimes you drift apart in different ways. However, both of us kept up with music. Back in the day, it was together. In our downtime, it was years of each of us making our own music and such. So anyway, he gets a hold of me, and he was the one, him and I sitting down and suggesting that we get back together after all of these years, almost a decade, and work on music again. Okay, so far from me to turn down a good friend. I mean, it's always good, isn't it, to sit down and talk about old times and the fun times you had back in the day when you were doing reckless things of your youth, and always still fun to reminisce of those days. So anyway, he wanted to get together, sit down, write some new music, and I agreed to do that because it's always good to rediscover an old best friend, right? Other person, singer, her and I worked together back in the 90s. We had a falling out back in those days. 15 years since we've talked. Never really got the gumption together to really sit down, make up, and kind of just held this ongoing grudge seemingly for all these years, and kind of just drifted apart. Wanted to make her part of it. I've had long thought of these people, and wanted to bring her back in the fold in hopes that I could rectify and come to terms, and that maybe perhaps we could even work together again, because we spent 5 years together back in the 90s. So anyway, so we get a reunion of old friends together here, reuniting something that came from a more dismal time in my life, a more dark time, if you might say, and just this event in itself has brought some of my other friends that I've made in the meantime through the show and preaching Christ, questioning, fearing for me that I may be falling back into iniquity by regrouping some of these old friends together. And guys, that is absolutely magnificent. Kind of like the old bluegrass song goes on there. If the brother falls by the wayside, you gotta pick him up and help him back on the road. So hey, that's what Christians are for. We do that for each other. But guys, I'm not so sure that is the case that we have going on with this reunion project. Again, perhaps not all things are beneficial, but hey, God works good for all those who believe. So I have had the opportunity in the short time of kind of readjusting to this band or writing this style of music to actually have contact with some more atheists, as if I don't have enough contact with them. And also, it's brought me back to be able to talk to some of these black metal people. So I'm familiar with the lifestyle. I know what goes on in the minds. So actually been able to do some witnessing right off the bat. Now, again, chipping away at a stone is a hard thing to do, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. So guys, understand the other members of the band know I'm Christian. While it may be a secular outing for this time, certainly not an anti-Christian one, but I thank you guys for the support that you're giving me, man, and I really appreciate your concern, but no reason to worry right now, and I'll weigh and pray my every decision. And hey, if things seem like it's not going so well, or if things seem to be getting out of hand, I will jump ship, so to say. But right now, gonna use it to my advantage. Gonna try to use it I want God to use me for what He wants me to do. And again, perhaps we'll have some new open communications created through such a thing. So hey, we'll see what happens, guys. So again, hey, thanks for the concern, and I'll be back 8 to 10 with Cajun Fire Cayenne hot sauce. Don't you go anywhere. We'll see you then. All right, guys. Hey, welcome back. Here again with Cajun Fire Cayenne hot sauce. The third and last in the dollar store lineup that we're doing. So, all right. Hey, a cayenne sauce. Not a real barn burner as far as heat goes. Excuse me. Yeah, lightweight Louisiana style stuff. Again, if that is your ticket, get on the train here with this and get yourself a big bottle of this guy. In the mouth now, kind of that residual sweetness going on. Again, never quite figured that, but that is what is happening right now. Perhaps a little tiny bit of salt lingering over the tongue. Wing sauce all the way, guys. If you're interested in a food recommendation, as if that isn't a big deal. So, hey, yeah, pour some on your wings. And guys, we're gonna see you next time. So, hey, read your Bibles, say your prayers, stay tuned for the panel, and hey, we'll be back. Bye-bye.